And let's get right underway. What did we do last time? I can't even remember. Oh, that's right. We did blue size. Did we? Why is part of it missing? Probably something to do with that landfill. I think I intended on finishing that off in between sessions, and I never did. Also, we've got plenty of room to work with still, but we're probably going to end up laying over that lake. Having said that, the rocket parts are going to be pretty significant. Train traffic here is going to be pretty significant too. A lot of building to get done. Hopefully one day we'll get this thing going. It's utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. This base. Why did I... Why did... You know, Darth, why'd you even let me do 36,000 signs a minute? That's a silly idea. Who would allow such a thing? Alright. You're full of mostly garbage, apparently. But I'll take it. I'd like to see me suffer. Only 30... Yeah, only 36,000. Hey, Montel, how you doing? Yeah, it is Factorio extended, so like these fairly compact builds can do a lot of chooching of the science, but yeah, it's still ridiculous. He went easy on you. You watched the goose earlier? I was actually watching the goose as well. Is that stuff with Among Us normal now, or is it modded? Like all those roles. I think it's modded, but not sure. Hmm. Hmm. Also, can I point out? I have I have a Raspberry Pi sandwich right now. Rain. And a throat full of phlegm. Yeah, Raspberry Pi sandwich. um, on top is the useless version 1. Um, second one in the sandwich is I think a B1, and then the bottom one is a B is the Pi 4. That's the 3 version 1, 3, and then a Pi 4. Annoyingly, this thing comes with micro HDMI, like the most evil connector in the universe. It also has Type C for power, which it might mean that the power supply to it actually works for a change, because up until this point, Raspberry Pi power supplies are notoriously terrible. But I'm not holding my breath for that one. I'm probably going to be. I can probably safely say that the power supply in the 4 is probably just as terrible. Yeah, I can't. Can you believe this thing came out in 2011? This thing here, and it's still just as useless as when it came out. It's even got a it's so useless. It's got a composite video port. Back when they thought they needed it. All right, you can eat some landfill and some landfill and some landfill. Dr. Phil. Oh, that's why. It's going to supply. Hey, look at me. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm halfway through the first cup of coffee, which is always a good sign. The no IR camera on one of the pies. I have one of those somewhere. Again, the original Pi, it just didn't have the horsepower to really do anything of significance. It was like a little integrated Linux confuser that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The whole IR no IR thing. But yeah, it's a single board Linux computer. It's just too slow to do anything with. I think mine is the one with the IR filter from memory. I remember playing that game when I was trying to buy one. Got a GPS module for it somewhere too. I should probably take matters into my own hands and just lay it all down manually. That. Yeah, it's Broadcom. It's not supported anymore because it's a kind of a weird. Well, aren't they all Broadcoms? Hang on. Let's open it up. It's got the Broadcom sandwich in there. There. Underneath that's the sandwich. Actually, it's not surprised the camera's just lurking under here. Thermal grease. Yeah, it's the chip has like the CPU and the RAM sandwich one on top of the other. It's like a PC. It's like a PCB. It's like the RAM and then a PCB and then a CPU and then underneath or something like that. I don't remember the exact layering of it. Yeah, Raspberry Pi, copyright 2011. 256 megabytes of RAM. Oh yeah, and this is the version with the 0 ohm resistors instead of fuses. So it's not one of the original ones. It's one of the slightly newer revisions. I thought all of the Pis were Broadcoms. Actually, I don't know about the Pi much about the Pi 4. Having said that, yeah, my understanding was that they were all Broadcoms basically. Alright, let's get the rest of this crap down. A blueprint, or did I just... Yeah, I just pasted it down, didn't I? Alright, that's the full dealio. Nice. I can hear the CPU getting super angry. Just do the restamp. Okay, so it wasn't blocking. I just wanted to make sure the blueprint wasn't blocking anything, so I was making a horrible mess. Be terrible to make a horrible mess out of that. There we go. And then we're going to connect that monstrosity up. Pi 4 is the new chip? Probably is, because the Pi 4 is quite... I mean, it's quite a lot more powerful and quite a lot more hardware overall compared to the predecessors. It's like the cameras with the onboard CPU for motion detection, power over Ethernet. Is it nice? It's funny because I actually did try that as well for the original Pi, and it just couldn't do it. I guess with the more modern ones, like even the Pi 3 was a lot more capable of that sort of thing. As I say, the original Pi just didn't have enough of it. Didn't have enough CPU power. It didn't have enough RAM. Just it was just too lacking to really do anything. The sort of things you were doing with it were low-level stuff, which were more suited to a microcontroller. You like Pi? I like Pi. Pi good. Alright, let's lay the output tracks. These are going to be pretty damn busy tracks too, mind you. This whole thing's going to be pretty nuts. Park that there. Then we need to think about the next build, really. No. Oh yeah, compared to the Arduinos, they had more processing power. It's just that you couldn't... It was processing... It had more processing power than the 8-bit microcontrollers, but At the same time, the 8-bit microcontrollers were better at doing the low-level stuff than like your SPI and I2C stuff. The first computer had 5 kilobytes of RAM. Uh, yeah, I know. Mine had 64. Admittedly, it's only 38 usable. But it did have quite a lot more than 5. For another upcoming project, I'm actually looking into the Pine 64, which is I've sort of forgotten about it. It's a Raspberry Pi compatible. Right, that'll get that covered. Not familiar with that? Yeah, apparently it was a Kickstarter quite a while ago, and it was actually successful, which is in itself pretty damn remarkable. And yeah, it's a thing. Alright. We're halfway through the regular sciences. It's just too bad that the sciences get more and more convoluted from here, and like the first two sciences are actually pretty easy to build. Question is, how am I going to do the other monstrosities? Like how I build purple and military. Yep, fund a successful FPGA Kickstarter. Oh, which one? I know I can sort of vaguely remember a few doing the rounds. None of them, at least from what I saw, were particularly exciting. FPGA, FPGAs have always been a bit underwhelming in terms of what you can, like. Hang on, let me rephrase it. FPGA is really cool, but being able to just dive in and do stuff with is nearly next to impossible because of the tool chains involved. Like Xilinx, yeah, forget about it unless you're a big time corporate. So having something that you can just pick up a dev board and just start playing around with, and have an IDE which doesn't make you register for 1,000 million different websites to download their software is that'd be nice. Okay. You're lined up there. Because you're set to... Oh. That's why. Because you didn't have a train stop limit. That's why you're lined up there. Aren't you now? There's that expansion that I never really finished. Grab the tiny FPGA from the Kickstarter? I... I wonder if there's some lying around at work. One of the other guys has one. I bet they do. Trouble is, I don't keep my ear to the ground on FPGA stuff for that aforementioned reason that there's like nothing going on with FPGAs. Oh, you actually do have resources under them? Easy. Oh yeah, one little dupe around all of that. Yeah, right there. One little patch. Oh dear. Alright, I'm very much just stalling at the minute. Got a lot of outposting to do too. You're still building. Yep. Just thinking, what's the best course of action? So what I want to do is build... Hey, Spimples! How you doing? There it is. Hey, Bean. How's your week been? Now that we're on a glorious Friday night. Well, Saturday afternoon for me. Always miss the streams? Yeah, the weekday ones I do very late I do late at night for me, which is in US time is super stupid late. It's like 4 a.m. Ica time, which is very late. But this one, it's only 1 p.m. I can manage that because I'm not doing something during the day, which helps a lot. Um, thinking. I kind of want to do the same thing as last time. Doing great. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, you get them at 2 a.m. We can never make it. I mean, 2 a.m. is a hard time to make. It's a tricky one. All right, let's switch save and let's do some theory crafting. Tiny FPGA BX. Let's have a look. Ah. JTAG, JTAG, USB, USB. There's actually not a lot going on those boards too, which is cool. Oh, you know what? Let's jump. I wonder if they're over. Let's see now. Tiny FGA. Doing an. Oh, jerks. They don't have one. Worst. I guess you have to buy them direct. Anyway, I was going to jump to this save. Nah. Omnipresent. Nightbone is just desperate to be part of the conversation too. So he's saying hi to everyone all the time. Alright. So we're gonna Iron Wolf, hi. We're gonna adapt this. And username with the 9 months. Already. Damn. There it goes. There it is. Because see, I do point that way. I'm pointing at the where it appears on screen, but because the thing is flipperdoodle dude, it's actually over there, which means I'm pointing to the right to point left. Anyway, thank you very much for that. 9 months username. Really appreciate it. Show some love and hype in chat. Thank you very much. Show some love and hype in chat. And honk. Username. Announcer disabled? Oh, it just went. That's true, because that way is chat. That way is the... Well, that way is the TV, which is... I'm confused now. Yeah, that's... That there is the... My head hurts. Oh dear, my head hurts now. I'll stop now. Let's see. There's you. Just what you always wanted. You're making grenades. Granadas. I'm thinking about doing that combined thing again with the wall and furnaces. You've won the internet for the day. Yes, yes you have. You only poked around a tiny bit writing FPGA logic? I admittedly haven't done much either. But FPGAs are really cool. Change anything with the map view recently? I noticed the screen door effect on the edges. Oh yeah, that was introduced in that That scanline stuff. There we go. There's our honks. Yeah, the scan. Oh, where is a good example of it? Need to get some good contrast on it. Yeah, like around there. That was added with 1.1, I think. Yeah, 1.1. I'm pretty sure it was 1.1. Love the concept of programmable hardware logic. It's great. Um, it's existed in one form or another for a very long time too. I did some stuff with Lattice devices a long time ago. Those were super simple. And before FPGAs, there were, well, those were PLDs, not FPGAs. PLDs are slightly different. Their structure is slightly different, and I believe you're actually like, I don't know if it's still true. In the time FPGAs, you would sort of write a bit mapping file to a volatile memory, whereas a PLD, you're actually effectively breaking a fuse like flash memory, or fuse in the same way as flash memory. And then and PLDs are an extension of GELs, which really go back. US robotics modems? No, I don't really remember seeing them. Programmable DSPs. Ooh, that would be something. The interface controller on the Commodore 64 is a GEL, from what I recall. Someone actually managed to reverse engineer the logic of it quite a few decades ago. Okay. How hard is it? Well, first of all, let's switch tabs. Let's bring up the thingy. Nope. I have 11 trillion tabs open, unfortunately, right now. So finding the right tab is tricky. Programmable DSP for the modem logic. When new modem standards came out, you could just flash a new firmware with a new logic. That's... damn. PS5 GPU, now the die shot has been taken. That's... I haven't seen that yet. So is this thing here. Depending on the browser, searching a new window tab. Oh yeah, Firefox sort of does that. At least it doesn't duplicate tabs too much. Yeah, so we're at 36,000. 36,000 is target, and then we're rounded up to 40,000 for the actual final result. So 36,000 gives us... yeah, it's actually really cool. So you're reflashing the actual encoder so that it can just encode at the different speed. Realize that in the edit the weapons are on the far right. Oh yeah, they're back on the right. Huh. Um, there. They're back on they're back down there. Even though they moved them over to there. Yeah, gratuitous armpit shot. Interesting. I wonder if that's a feature of the God mode without the player controller. Anyway, what's that doing? That's doing. So we have 36,000 coming in. Train needs how you doing? How you doing? Things are good to move it? Probably. You can't unsee it now. There's a glorious honk. 162. My brain is loading at the minute. My brain is loading, trying to figure this out. You can hear the thing. You can hear You can hear the heads moving. Uh, Doing good. Preparing some tea. Oh, nice. Oop, 50. So that's one row. One row needs 10. Stop running. Would you like to terminate or wait for it to respond? Yeah, it's like one of those programs that just takes a long time to load. It's funny too, because I've been in the editor tons and never noticed it. Hope it didn't start. Oh no, we were already all over it. Fortunately, there's been an uptick in honks. I've been complaining lately there hasn't been anywhere near as much honking as there should be. PS5 die. Let's see. That is a work. That is a work of art. That is. That looks pretty impressive. Look, they compute units in pairs of compute units all around the central processing. Just equidistant memory interfaces. That is pretty impressive. Pong, this auto tunes the Windows startup sounds. The Tada chime. So we need 5.2 of them for 10.2 of them. 2.7 wall. Yeah, that's. I don't think I've ever really seen a die look like that. I don't think I've seen one which looks so like. Uh, yeah, you could draw a line, divide it into quarters, and it's symmetric. That's actually kind of unusual. All right. First step, you. Second step, you. That's kind of a waste of time. So 11. Hang on. 40,000 divided by 16 is 2,500. Okay, so we're actually 11.3, so we're actually 12. Okay. Dang it, Bobby. About propane. Bobby, I got propane in my urethra. 12. 12. My creative mod like Infinity Chess. It's all part of the game now. That sounds ouch. I think it's meant to be a really roundabout fart joke. The Simpsons made a long, long time ago. 6 Grenadus Maximus. Yes, actually did include the Speedus Modulus too. Where are grenades? Right there. 2, 3. Day 4. Desktop die. And that's Ampere, isn't it? Infinity cache either side, Infinity fabric, Infinity link. So many memory interfaces. I didn't think Ampere had Infinity fabric. It does. Factorio Extender Plus module expansion. Yeah, I'm being a Puritan. Better extension, nice things. Infinity wagons make a big enough difference. Yeah, and I don't really have much need for Infinity wagons. I sort of work around it. So we need 3 red ammos, 1 regular ammos. So 1 and 1. Red, that, yellow, and that. This will quite clearly be another case of weaving belts. Around point 6 of a purple belt of Kajigas, military packs. The problem with this build will be inputting everything, and that's why I'm probably not going to do wall right here. Hey, Zipperchip, how you doing? Hi. Whee. Uh, 6. Doop doop doop. Ooh, doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Nice and awake today. I'm almost through my coffee, and it's also early afternoon, so I'm actually awake. Normally, first thing in the morning, I'm not awake. The goal is 1 high tier belt of science packs. The target is 36,000 science a minute, with an overbuild of each build of about 40,000 science a minute. Um, Perhaps a lofty goal, but you gotta shoot for the moon. Can't do anything by halvesies. I want to see if I can change up how I came up with the previous build, if at all possible. Alright, so that's those 2. I believe wall was, yeah, 0.4, whereas these are all 0.2. So you can quite comfortably run on green belt, the grenades and things. Uh, these slightly. If at all. I probably don't need to. Because these need plate and coal. Quite a lot, actually. Yeah, like 2 lanes of coal, 1 lane of iron. It's actually a lot. And this was why I came up with the other build that I did. Because, yeah, you got... Hmm. Maybe I'll be doing these external again. As I'm going to fit in a single row. Just go 100k at 60 UPS. Funny you mentioned that. I heard the word that Clustorio 2 is coming. which will be interesting because Factorio got to 120,000 signs a minute the last time they did it. And I think that was like 2 years ago now. It was quite a while ago. And it was spread across 26 servers, I believe. It's really cool. Definitely be on that again. Okay. Ammo, on the other hand, needs a build of copper plate. Yeah. So the grenades needs 3 builds worth of stuff. You need 1.2, and then the ammo itself needs 0.8. So ammo needs 1, which you can do like that. 5. Hang on, I think I missed this stuff before. PS5 GPU core looks closer. Like they laid out as 2 Ampere chips welded together, bottom to bottom. You can sort of see that actually. Or at least they certainly were aware of the design. It's definitely one's taken inspiration from the other. Let's see. Yeah, so 0.2 steel and 1. Need a lot of steel, but it does need. Yeah, so I've got to somehow get 3 belts down there, 3 belts down here, because it's still got to get wall down. And I can do that. Keep in mind, I've still got to get the ammo through these too. And one way I could do that. I'm wrong. Can't count. Yeah. Three there. I'm giving it some extra space so it stays in target with the beacons. Then these can spit out like so. That. If you follow what I'm trying to accomplish here, that's the ammo going, the yellow ammo going in. That. Group them together. That can be effectively copper. Right, let's map this out. If I got a thingy. Don't got a thingy. I'll use these instead. These are just as good, aren't they? So with your iron plate, that one's pretty easy. That goes in there, turns into ammo. Another curious choice was separate cutout for texture ray tracing units from the CU units. It's only managed to downplay the RT compatibility since said they disabled for high yields. Probably, yeah. Sounds like it. Here. Actually, I could probably cram it down there. So, yeah, we need another iron. Then coal. 1, 2. Then we need copper. Could be this one. Plate. And then steel plate. And then the last thing is the last thing that's needed is wall. I'll make the furnaces on wall off-site, I think. That way you don't have to cart around brick. Such difficult things to do at times. Can you? Yeah. Was it exactly a belt of each? Yes, it was. It was 1.0, 2.0. So I can't belt weave. I can't belt weave the. Which is annoying. That. 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, and then you gotta somehow switch in. Damn. That's gonna be tricky. I don't know how to do that. Probably do it on the other side. Oh, and you need inserters too. Yeah, nah. This ain't gonna happen. AMD customized APU, so excited for whenever they manage to get when they manage to get the Van Gogh APUs to market. Yeah, it's up and up at the minute. It'd be nice if they release something that actually does come out too. Can I can I do ammo here on its own? Is that possible? I can be happy with ammo. That would be nice. I don't know if I can though. Pass down that. Go over to the post office, check the mail while ears recover. Alrighty. Headphones are off because painful sound elsewhere. Oh. Wasn't like a fire alarm, was it? That's painful sounds. Yeah, it's out, but everyone's buying it. Oh, there is also a production to an extent a production shortage. That's the crap coming in. Was ammo was 0.2 steel and 1, so just the 2 belts. Okay. That means I can actually weave these then. Like that. Yeah. I always like coming up with new designs like this. Goes there. Amazing. Dev mode mining. Hmm. Mining is weird like that. All about mining. I've always found was always about the most payoff for the minimum investment. You get some weird results. Or steel. That. It's entirely possible I'll end up separating these out again anyway. That'd be wall and grenades. That. Grenados. Granados. That thing. I should be doing like 2,500 a minute. 2,600 a minute. So, yeah. Probably no money in it. Waiting on ammo. Okay, you're struggling to insert copper. Get to the copper. That's why I like the one-to-one style stuff. It's backwards. We've got half of them going. 1.5. Alright, they're all... It's the last one to go. Yep, it's going. Almost. Going. All of them are consistently going though. See walls charging in like crazy. Definitely half built. Wall was 0.4 of a build. Okay. It's just ammo then to catch up. Hmm. I think I might go back to the original plan. Although I do like this one. I can improve on it though. So what we can do... Can grab the loader. Could just say... go to there. Go to... there. That. This is all coming from the one train unload too, mind you. There. That'll fix it forever. And belt steel right next to iron. Have a solar belt. Oh yeah, I see. I think I see what you mean. Problem is it needs exactly one belt of copper. So to make use of the loaders and not break the rule, and then I need to run 3 lanes of copper. It's kind of a pain, but it needs a lot. Oh yeah, that is also the rule of this map: is no splitters. As part of that's the linchpin of keeping the UPS up. Yeah, steel could have actually done that. Like, would in terms of arrangement be better this way? Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Ammo. For that. So something like that, you mean? Is this what I'm thinking? Or is how I'm interpreting it? It's yeah, I like that. Get rid of crap. It's always fine until you accidentally get rid of some blueprints. Then things are sad. Lakefront, Bill said something yesterday about the rail network's lag depending on the total number of rail entities. Yeah, that's a thing. So the more track you have, the more it contributes to overall to how much time it needs. So having a massive rail network is actually a bad thing. I might be able to knock that down to 2. Crazy idea, crazy idea. Swing that to there. Go into there. Oop, let's not inject ammo onto this belt. Whoops. They're meant to be a loader. Have it on the very top. But because it needs exactly one, it needs more to properly satisfy it. Happy about this state of things? It's a weird one. Enough ammo. 984 1k. 984 1k, 1k-ish. What does it need? 892. Okay, so it is actually making enough right now. Yeah, I mean this one still gets the momentary pauses, but you can see it's backed up anyway. But that gets rid of a belt, which is a good thing. That also saves on yes. Save UPS even further with this thing by forcing it on one lane only. Adverse using curve rail over straight and diagonal. You actually want to avoid curves and diagonals as much as possible. You only want horizontal and vertical sections, which is sort of what I've been doing with this, nominally with this thing for the most part. You can see it's very, very square looking, except that. Yeah, like I'm doing this particular curve here, and yeah, these are the best for... We learnt that one back in version 14 or 15, I don't remember when exactly. But the hitbox is normally drawn as a horizontal rectangle, and so if you're doing a rotation, it's got to do the sines and cosines to calculate what the rotation is. So it takes longer to calculate than it does for when it's horizontal, because it's cosine of 1. Cosine of 0, sorry. Angle 0. I say 1 because it's cosine of 0 is 1. It's not some funny angle. Okay. Well, I think this is passable as something that can be passed off as a build. Add that to the list. Producing 2,700. Oops, that's a bad button. Don't press that button. Press the start button. Well, you don't accidentally press as much as you used to. What was the target? 2,500. It's doing 2,600. 2,700. That's plenty. This one, I had it doing rail locally, which is actually probably a terrible idea. Take that. Okay, let's come back to our thingy. To bedtime now? Have a nice night. Alright, have a good one, username. Have a good rest. We'll definitely keep ploughing along. See how we... and you'll be able to see tomorrow what we ended up with. We need to work out purple now. Hello. 15.8, we're rounding up to 16 total machines. And for anyone wondering, this is Factorio Lab that I'm using right now. To help me sort out these builds for science. I want 16 of these. 16 machines making science. 5 pans, whichever you prefer. Yeah, the overproduction comes from the roundup. This thing needs quite a plethora of stuff. Probably make the productivities local this time instead of the rail. Rail is an interesting one. And interesting, and by interesting I mean annoying. It's because this thing is basically a copy and paste, a cut and paste job. Shall do a cut and paste job. Damn. Him? Hey Gilbert, how you doing? Huh? You're ending early. We can't have that now, can we? The train loaders unlies look like now with merge chests and no splitters. Do I have an example on hand? I do. Basically, a single 1/6 merge chest and then one loader. Not the right button. Yeah, zoomed in to do that. I'm trying not to do one giant merge chest for everything. In some cases, I actually did away with the merge chest, the chest entirely, and went direct. I don't think it's, yeah, not on here. The steel smelters like that, because the smelters themselves are an enormous buffer. So just use the smelters as the buffer. Yeah, 16. Amazingly, you only need 3 furnaces for 3 machines making furnaces for these. We need 8 for modules. Like that. And whoop. So these will be prod 1 modules, like that. And like that. Can probably budget up. We'll see how we go. And this is when I discover that I made a terrible, terrible mistake, presumably. Right, how many... Rapid transport belt. transport belt specifically. That seems oddly specific. Why why that one's a transport belt? Mm. I guess it knows what's coming. I mean, it means that I need a belt of each, effectively. So we'll do that. It means effectively I need this right there. That was 8. That was 8. Because it means that that works because it's 0.7 and 0.9. Except it's on the wrong side, so I need to pick it up, press G to flip, because that's a thing now, and then put it back down again. Get rid of you. Yep, for those who haven't seen, blueprint flipping is now a thing. I'm not going to copy that. That's just a disaster waiting to happen, because it'll copy the resource requests, or the chest settings as well. Or green, red. I also realized I didn't do the substations on that. Now, the last thing we need to look at on here get rid of that. So we need to look at the actual amount we need per belt. So furnaces is 0.2, that's 0.2. Railway track is 4. It's at this point that I'm starting to realize and remember why I direct inserted railway track in the first place. Oh dear. I mean, you only need 4 machines to make it. Incredible as it is. But it needs 4 belts to transport it. Oh, it's absurd, isn't it? And what do you need? Needs 2 sticks, 2 steels, 2 stones. And in turn, it needs 1 iron for sticks. Yeah, well, I have a feeling I might be making track here after all, despite all my efforts. I really don't want to run 4 belts worth of track. I sure as hell can't run 4 belts of track along here. Alright. Tear it all up, start over again. It's almost like, you know what? It's almost like I'd figured these out already, all this crap out already, for a very good reason. Previous one looked like. It's entirely possible I can't improve on this either. What usually? Yeah, you could do that. But at that point, it's kind of defeating most of the point of the game. But it is possible. It is certainly possible. You know what? I'm pretty sure I figured this out already. To be as optimal as it could be. Just main bus. I mean, this is an idea we should probably try out at some point. This is an idea. I mean, you don't know if an idea is bad or not until you test it. And it sounds like the kind of thing that needs some testing done. Like it's got this thing going on way down there. Oh, I didn't push the button. I do that sometimes. I forget the buttons. I had it set to the other window. To there. There. So you're getting your iron plate. We're getting your steel and stone. How much was there again? 2. Um, 2, 2, and 2. Oh, yes. This is all coming flooding back now. And I did also stack it so that it would beacon a line. Yeah, see, I had actually thought about this. I made these always beacon a line. Like that. Just not space efficient though. I mean, if someone can manage to make a better build, I'm all about it. I don't know how to improve on it though. What was the total again? 16. It's 8. 16. And boop. Yeah. All I have to do is get the other lane in there. Hell no, with the 33 months prime.
More horde sip.
A more horde zip. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype in chat there for Bill No. With the 33 whole months. That's amazing. Really appreciate that. And the excited honk. 4, 6, 8. Yeah, so you stop there. How do I get you out of your prison? That's actually a good point. I didn't put any output on. I didn't do any output. That's why I spaced them out so much. You know what I can do? I don't normally do this. Actually use a fast long inserter. The output there. Output on green or even blue. Yeah, I can actually. Leave. Green 0.7, blue barely. Blue's a struggle, but green's possible. The hard part is I need to get 2 more purple belts in. So the way I did it in this one is I had the iron plates on a lesser belt. But I'm pretty sure, the impression I got was that I couldn't do that for this one. Because a stick oh no, it needs 0.8 of a, yeah, 0.8 going to, I wish I could change it, I can't. 0.8 It's 3600 for... Oh, okay. Iron plate can go on a green belt for... Uh, yeah. Where are we at? So stick, we need 2 belts of sticks, that's fine. But sticks themselves, there's only zero point 0.8 of a purple belt, which is 3188 out of 3600, so it's possible to put that on a green. Well, sticks is direct insert, so there's no belts of sticks. Where was furnaces is 0.2 and they're 0.2 as well. So the external inputs can be on a green belt too. Speaking of external inputs, where do you get your other stuff? Oh, there. There. There's there's a lot of things going on here. There's a lot to unpack with this build. I think I have a habit of forgetting just how convoluted these builds are. Like, this build is pretty tight. Okay. Yeah. Oh. You can do likewise. Curious to see how this goes with a long inserter. Because I don't really use long inserters. Sphincters don't help? No, sphincters make everything inconvenient. Sphinctons, even. Okay, so sticks are going in, that crap's going in, that crap's going in. I just need a route the other crap in. I think I see why I did this way. G there. Yeah, it's too hard otherwise. But I'm gonna move it down anyway. Like that, and then like that. There. 1 and 2. Cool. What's the tool I'm using for ratios? It's called Factorio Lab. Exclamation mark lab, I think. And it'll give you a link to it. I legitimately forget the command every time. Exclamation mark calculator? Exclamation mark calc, that's it. It's something. I'm gonna have to go through and just make sim links to all of those now. Yeah, highly recommend that one. It's really nice. Isn't horribly laggy like Kirk McDonald is now, which is a major plus. Eight. Alright, 1, 2, da da da, da da da. Boop. Right, you. And please do me some stone. Stone. Steel. You do steel. One's a bit of a weird one, because I'm going to need to do it like that. There. You are my modules. Yeah, it seems like I already figured out the optimum build, apparently. And that was the wrong line. That was the wrong hole. Crap. It was meant to be iron. Iron plate. Iron sticks. Well, we can just drain the hole. All gone. Wrong hole mistakes can be very serious. Yeah, it's a serious issue. You don't wanna mix up holes. See the railway track thing underneath all the underground builds. Yeah. So give it a bit of extra room to play. That is get out of here. Whoops. I have a crazy idea. I have a crazy, crazy, crazy idea. Park that there. Get rid of that. You up. That up there. Stupid. This is definitely up there as far as crazy ideas go. I don't know if you can see it yet. It's definitely up there as crazy. Ah. Yeah, they're also all planting the packs all on the one lane, which is problematic. Rail. Oh. That's another problem. Hmm. Hmm. That's a very big problem. Inserters not being able to grab from undergrounds properly. And straining. Ah. See, I don't know how to fix that. Other than throw more inserters at the problem. Maybe? Sometimes backwards facing ones are... Nah, it's because the belt's moving so fast. Gonna make me subdivide it even further? Is that what you're telling me, game? Hmm. I mean, we could... Yeah, it's just completely stuck now. Completely stalled out. Can actually do that too. Four-lane railway track isn't looking so bad now. Yeah, four lanes built, four belts of railway track. Not looking entirely terrible. Hmm. Other side of the build? Not really, no. I mean, we don't have to do the same as last time. We don't have to do these though. I'm lazy and I don't want to stamp it. 4, 8, 16. All beacon aligned, no less. Happy. Yeah, if I split it off into pairs, it shouldn't be so bad. 3, like that. Uh, yeah, fine. It's actually into 4s, technically. That. 1, 2, 3, there. Could even do this. So that's like one lot of track. Lots of track, 3 lots of track, 4 lots of track. And this is the other crap going in. Output. Like that. Hick. Drunk. Drunk belts are drunk. Belts are drunk. Hmm. Extreme hiccups, eh? So 1, 2, 3, and 4 along here. Drinking beers. Been having a good Friday night, eh? Oh yeah, eh? Suddenly went Canadian there, eh? That time, man. She's already been an hour and a half at this too. That, I don't know why I didn't come up with that one earlier too. Probably because it's like if I do something else here, it's going to run into all kinds of problems. Like what was I doing here before? It was modules. One green underground ID. 7.9. I can go on top. There it is. So we go back to the module idea again. Bit of this. Let's pretend that never happened. pretend that happened. How many things was it? 8. There. That. Yeah. Might need to put a bit of gappage in. By gappage I mean more than a little bit of gappage. Uh, 3. And then you can just carry this on like so. Okay. One, two, three, 4. Output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Surprisingly barren here too. That. Bring it a little tighter. That's okay. I don't want to stare at that too much longer. It's starting to hurt my head. Actually, um, becoming painful to look at. There. So this is now just furnaces. Along next game. There. On the inside. Bit of luck. There won't be any furnaces on the bottom side down here. Or they may not even make it here. That could be a thing too. There we go. Underground. Wrong way round. Ah, coffee's empty. There's but a little dribble left. So, up next is stuff and things and junk and stuff. We're all rail. You are greens. Reds. Cool. All rail. Even replace that with a loader. That with a loader. That with a loader. And that with a loader. How we doing? 2k a minute right now. It's going to struggle on yeah, it is. It's going to struggle on insertion, isn't it? Which is the problem with non-direct inserting. Indirect inserting? Could probably lower the stack size to deal with it. That does introduce other problems. It just They have double the swing speed, but the lack of capacity kills it, kills the dream. It's not being able to scoop up 12. Downfall every time. There are ways around it. I could route the furnaces and modules to this side. And then I could double up on inserters here. How many machines do I need to make track? 3 points. That for the final build. 57. Just a few. I feel like I'm going around in circles a bit with this build though. Like I'm not actually achieving anything. I think it's an interesting idea, but it's seems compromised. This does. Interesting idea, but it's a compromise. One way to overcome it would be to add more assembly machines and just eat the deficit. I don't know if that's a good idea or not though. It'd be costly in terms of UPS at least. I'm happy with this change though. Actually, while I'm down here, delete that one briefly. Just briefly, permanently. Yeah, now it actually has substations. Kind of important, that is. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what to do with purple. As far as yellow goes, I can't really improve on that. That's already perfection. I think it might be time to adventure back into the main save for now, and work with what I've got. 92249 is this one. Oh, we'll take a break in a moment too. I'll let these build. Are you the same spacing? Very important question. Yes. Let's eat. Eat these terrible, terrible trees. And this is when I find out that it doesn't fit or something. Right, let's stamp this down, get it started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and finally 16. Not ridiculous at all. Perfectly sensible build. Only slightly. That's very cool. Called what it is. Tagline back. Oh, I could have actually done 3. Oh well, too late now. Already committed to deleting every second one. I think it actually divides properly too if I delete every second one. I may have chosen poorly too because come on, there you go. Having these belts really long is a bad thing. You actually don't want it to be. You want long belts. So that'll be something to change. But that change will come in just a little while because it is now almost what's a bit of an hour and a half, leading up towards hour and quarter into the stream, which means it's time for the first break. And I need to refill coffee and all that, so whoops, wrong button. I shall pause here.